Hey, welcome to Effing Over It. I'm Mark,
I'm Rich.
and we're effing over Democrats. A registered Democrat here, and I'm effing over Democrats. The establishment Democrats, APAC Dems, corporate Dems. How about you?
Yeah, no, I'm right there with you. I think
Yeah,
they're ineffective. They're not meeting the moment that we need.
key.
They're
Yeah.
not. I mean, I understand like how all the power struggles work and everything like that, but it all just seems very not meeting the moment, even when there are things to do. Just to point to like Virginia as an example with the redistricting map, they could actually fire all their Supreme Court like within the week. Just make their age 52, and then they can, like, they all turn 52
Mm-hmm.
in like the next week or something, and get rid of all of them, refill the court, and then redraw, and then run the, the map back through their Supreme Court and
Mm-hmm.
actually pass it. But I don't hear anybody talking about that,
There's
and
no
that's
plan. Yeah, there's
yeah,
no action. There's ways to do it, and the Republicans, I'll give them credit, will use any loophole in the book, and Dems will see the loopholes, know the loopholes, and say we're too good for that. Which, you know, I get the principle behind it. I wish we weren't at this point, but this is quote unquote war. It's not, it's political war. And when your adversary is willing to lie, cheat, and steal and do whatever, you're fighting with your hands behind your back, tied behind your back,
yeah,
And
yeah,
that's what they've been doing for the last 10 years. Like, even
more
with
really.
Obama, the Congress, yeah, more than that. Yeah, yeah. Even with Obama, that's how nothing got done during Obama's presidency, was the Republicans using every loophole to not anything go through.
Right.
You know,
Supreme
it's
Court
Mitch McConnell.
justice. Yeah. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
I yeah, I don't think in that moment. I mean, yeah, he probably should have fought a little bit harder on the Supreme Court justice with Mitch
100%.
McConnell.
Yeah,
Um,
I'd say because he reached across the aisle, which, I mean, we didn't see the future after he left. I get, you know,
right.
but so much more could have gotten done. Not that it wouldn't have just been wiped away anyway. Anything from his,
Hindsight's 2020 though.
yeah,
So looking
yeah,
back, I mean, we were still in that place of we still wanted everybody to kind of get along. I mean, because I just remember it
well,
kind
because
of
there was
being that
decorum
way.
still.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, and the funny part is they're all friends. They all go out on their, out to Fox and then CNN and all act like they're assholes to each other. But really, then they all go to lunch,
hmm, yeah.
after they're done with that. So I
Except Ted
understand, like,
Cruz. No one likes Ted Cruz.
or Lindsey Graham.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, yeah.
He's going to
Who-
lunch with his boy toys.
his bubble wand.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's just obvious. It's like, come on.
Yeah. Well, I
He's
mean, speaking of
textbook closet, like, whatever. But anyways,
maybe, I don't know.
we don't know.
I like when Seth Meyers does his Meemaw. I love that. That is
I
so
haven't
awesome.
seen that.
Oh, you haven't heard that when he does a
Uh-uh.
closer look and he does Lindsey Graham's Meemaw, and he's
Yeah, I
yelling.
bet that's funny though.
It's hilarious. Yeah, he's yelling. He's being Lindsey Graham, and he's yelling at his Meemaw because he still lives with his Meemaw.
Oh,
So
yeah, that's
it's
funny.
hilarious. Yeah,
That's
it's
a good premise.
hilarious.
So I bet,
You should
yeah,
look at it
I
later
will.
tonight. Yeah.
Watch,
Um,
now that we're talking about it, it's going to pop up on my feed.
yeah.
They're always
Well, it's
listening.
just a closer look, Seth Meyers. So,
Yeah,
I mean,
which I
I watched
see
that.
on my feed, so I'm surprised I haven't seen it.
Right. Yeah. I
But I
mean,
just
I
get
watch
clips.
closer look. I think it's 3 nights a week. I watch that every religiously,
Yeah.
and then Colbert up until next Thursday, which I hope CBS just ends up.
Oh, that time slot's going to tank. They already leased it out to, I forget the comedian's name, but it's going to be some like, those terrible midnight shows where comedians have a roundtable talk with other comedians that nobody watches. That's what it's going to be. And they leased it to the comedian, so he's basically paying for it.
Oh, he's paying for the right to be on TV.
Yeah, right. Kind of, basically.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Hoping he can
And
sell
it's going to
stuff.
tank. It's going to tank. So
Well,
hard.
all of CBS is going to tank. I don't know anybody that's going to watch it. One, because MAGA's been railing against it for 10 years. And then two, like, we're not going to watch CBS anymore. Like, the second he's over, I'm deleting, that as part of
No,
my
I'm
YouTube
following him. He's
feed.
going somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
He'll bring back the Colbert Report. I love that show. Bring that character back and make
I
him
hope
like
they do.
ultra chump. Like, it'd be interesting to see him do the character in the Trump era.
Do you think he's going? Well, I mean, do you think Comedy Central is going to pick him back up?
No, Viacom. I don't know. Is Viacom CBS or Paramount? It is. I'm pretty sure.
I don't know, dude. All those
It's like
things have been told so much.
MTV, Comedy Central. I'm pretty sure that's under the umbrella of Paramount.
Right.
So I don't see that happening. Do internet. Do freaking YouTube, dude. Whatever. You'll get millions of viewers. Like, right out of the gate. Like,
He's got something going on.
Yeah. Go in your basement, dude.
Yeah.
Like, do this. I watch it.
Right. I mean, John does this. He's got a podcast. Why
No,
not?
I listen. I watch that. Yeah.
Right.
I like the weekly show. I love that he's back. Colbert, go back to the Daily Show too. Oh, that'd be sick. If he
could
does
do,
like one
all
day, just do
Yeah.
1 day a week show episode like John, but now you're
Yeah.
Tuesdays. Yeah,
Yeah,
that'd be
do
awesome.
Thursday or something. Do Monday
And be the
Thursday.
character. Be Colbert.
Because he wouldn't want to. You don't want him to. He's not going to want to work on Friday because he doesn't have to.
Yeah, the Daily Show is Comedy Central still. So how does that work? I don't know. Yeah, because John's so outspoken.
They are killing it actually over all of them because they hit every demographic somehow. I was watching a thing where John explained it. He's like, it's weird. Either him or Jordan Clapper. That's his last name, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
It
just wasn't. It didn't sound right in my head when I went to say it. Was
I
explaining.
think it's Klepper with an E.
Klepper. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So he was explaining how like they got the YouTube thing, but they also got like their social media was able to still carry them on top of.
Well, that's
them
all the
being on
late shows, and
cable.
they're talking about the ratings with the Colbert. It's because nobody watches the actual show. Sure, you're gonna have those few people who have the cable on, but everybody watches the YouTube clips.
That's the only place I watch them every morning.
Yeah, me too. I don't watch the episodes of the Late Show. I get clips. Yeah.
Right.
He can do that literally anywhere, and interview any celebrity will come to him. Like, this is probably the best thing for him. He's gonna own his show now.
Yeah. Yeah, he will. He's going to, I think it's a mistake.
Mm-hmm.
Personally.
No, by
I think he's
CBS,
gonna-
100%.
I think he's gonna-
Kowtowing to authoritarians is never the answer.
Mm-mm.
Temporarily, sure. Down the road, sucks that we're living in it, so it's hard to see the future of it. But I don't know. Going back through history and learning everything, like the church supporting Nazis. There's the church said to. I forget what it was, but they backed the Nazis, basically saying that separate church from politics, and the
Catholic Church?
Mm-hmm. But we're behind. Well, the prominent church. I don't know if it was Catholic or Lutheran, whatever the predominant Christian church in Germany at the time was, but they backed the Nazis, and
They signed a treaty with them. They did not stand with them.
They didn't stand against
Right.
them anyway.
This was a
Something
defensive
to that. You're
move.
looking at it, yeah. Good
They
call.
were looking at it as
I
a
don't know enough
defensive
about it.
move, but you might as well just give them the seal of approval when you do shit like that.
Mhm. Yeah.
I get it. They're a church. I don't know.
But that's why I like the Pope. The new Pope's not.
I hope so.
We talked about it.
I hope Colbert has him Thursday night. He
The
wants
Pope?
him so bad. Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. He
I can
wants
see
to
the Pope
interview
doing
the
that.
Pope.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, so are you getting the Pope? Even David Letterman last night was like, are you getting the Pope?
Has the Pope ever done anything like that?
Not that I'm aware of, no.
Right.
But if he did, dude, that's just a big, like...
Yeah, talk about the level of guests you can get if you can get the damn Pope.
Right. If you can get the Pope, you know you've messed up. Like, you just know you've messed up.
He should be his first guest after CBS. Fuck CBS, fuck your show. You're not ending. I'm not giving you the Big Bang ending for your ratings. I'm taking it to my basement or whatever. That's what he should do, in my opinion.
Yeah, but you don't think his last show isn't going to be a high
It's going to be a big one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you might as well do it.
That's true, and make CBS regret it.
Yeah, that's
a good point.
Yeah, just thumb your nose up at it. Well, speaking of Lindsey Graham, I sent you her name earlier, Dr. Annie Andrews. She's running against him.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and then that's kind of taking it back to the topic about Democrats and everyone running against, everyone, and, Mamdani being a great example of taking over an establishment Democrat, planted in New York City, and took that over, and it was just announced this week that the deficit is at zero. He lowered the $12 billion deficit.
Right.
Yeah. So, and I mean, I don't have all the information, but let's play his ad where he breaks down everything that he's already accomplished in New York. And this is what I really want to just pinpoint on. This is the path forward for Democrats.
One of.
Well, effectiveness.
Yes.
That's my point.
Yes,
this is an example. New York is a microcosm. That what works for that isn't going to be the answer for everywhere else, obviously. But it's getting in there, getting the work done, looking at what's needed, and being effective about it in smart ways that are common sense. And when it's broken down, you're like, oh yeah, duh, that makes sense.
Right.
So let's go. Let me get that ready and let's play it, because he breaks it down so well. Just charismatic. I hope this guy does what Giuliani never could and really become a real candidate for president after being such a good mayor of New York.
I mean, he's already better than Giuliani.
For real though. So let's watch this.
New York, it's executive budget season. I'm proud to announce that our city's budget is fully balanced. This budget isn't just about numbers on a page. It determines if our libraries get funded, if a street is safe to cross, if snow is actually shoveled after a storm. And you deserve to know exactly how we got here. We inherited a $12 billion budget deficit.
We are speaking about a fiscal crisis at the scale greater than the Great Recession.
Was the Great Recession? Great Recession. Many said the only way out of this was slashing services and passing an austerity budget. We rejected that. After months of painstaking work, that deficit is now zero. Our city is now on firm financial ground. We achieved this in two major ways: increasing revenue and support from Albany, and cutting waste and finding savings here in New York City. Thanks to Governor Hochul, State Senate Majority Leader Andrea Stewart-Cousins, Assembly Speaker Carl Hastie, and months of organizing from New Yorkers, we tax the rich. That tax alone will raise $500 million per year. And that's not all. Thanks to Governor Hochul and our partners in Albany, we finally got a better deal for New York City. We're getting billions more from the state to help tackle the gap. At the same time, we've been poring over the city budget to identify savings. We reduced unnecessary overtime and found smarter ways for government to deliver services. This all added up to $1.77 billion in total savings. Our budget isn't just about closing deficits. It's about building a city New Yorkers can actually afford. On day 8 of our administration, we announced a historic partnership with Governor Hochul to finally deliver universal childcare. That's $1.2 billion in new funding from Albany. And this was just the beginning. Investments in citywide trash containerization, cheaper groceries, safer streets, relief for taxi drivers are all on the way.
Plan
and we're
forward.
increasing funding for libraries, parks, and cultural institutions. I promise to make sure you were part of this budget process every step of the way. This is your city. These are your tax dollars. And this budget should reflect your priorities. We're proud to put forward a budget for the working people of this city. And we're going to do it again next year. And next year. And next year. And next year.
Yeah. Got it done. Oh, I can't hear you.
I had myself muted during the video. Sorry.
There you go.
Yeah, it's just so refreshing to see with how frustrating the news is and politicians that are in power right now to see something good being done by one for people and having a plan forward for more. And did you notice what Republicans love so much? Cutting waste, fraud, and abuse. $1.77 billion just by looking at what jobs are being done, what's needed, and what is actually wasteful, and having the right people for the right jobs. There you go on a platter. There's your DEI people. Like, it's not about the DEI. That's the thing. It's ridiculous. It's common sense. They actually look at the job, look who's doing it, if it's needed. It's not just racist bullshit.
Right.
And there's your waste. Because every Democrat would agree there's waste in bureaucracy.
Yes.
Like, no Democrat would. That's like nobody was arguing that.
Right.
But to do it the dumbest way possible and have it not actually solve the problem that you were complaining about, you just made it worse. Like,
yeah, you cut out people. You cut out the people who know what should be done because they've been screaming about it for 20 years, and then you fire them, and then they can't do it. You know what I mean? It's like, and then you send in some guy that's been there for 3 minutes and act like Elon doesn't know anything. But also, like, everybody's complaining about how he was taxing the rich. He taxed all the people that had a second home in the city worth $5 million or more. I just watched a thing yesterday about that. It was totally separate. It was somebody else's video, did a deep dive on it. In fact, I was watching it on the new pencil towers that are going up there, and how most of those are so overpriced that the normal everyday people cannot afford them. Right. And 90% of those are sitting vacant.
Just empty.
Empty because they're purchased, and then they just sit there empty because they're worth a lot. And it's
an asset that's not taxed. Right.
Yeah, it's an asset.
So it's basically averaged together with all of the residents in that area, so they're taxed the same as Joe Schmo down the street for that crazy apartment. And while it's worth millions of dollars, so now they just have an asset worth millions of dollars appreciating in value while getting taxed a fraction, of what it should be anyway.
And then most of the people that own those are like Russian oligarchs, Chinese investors, which is fine. Like, that's I'm not making the thing like nobody should own. Anybody from outside the country should own, but they shouldn't not pay their fair share. And why are you mad? Like, even if you're MAGA, like, why are you mad that we're taxing the shit out of somebody that isn't in this country?
Because they're told to be mad. They're not actually,
Right. Because you haven't looked into it. All you know is like, oh, he's going to drive all the rich people out. And I say, where are they going?
No. There were rich people when the tax rates were at a reasonable levels before. They're still going to make the money here. If you're making the money here, just because we are taking a chunk of it, like we have to pay. Now we're taking a chunk of it. Well, you want to take your money and run. Well, where are you going to make that money? Oh, I've been recording. We're recording. I don't think we both have to. I mean, I've been recording. You're on here. What do you mean?
Oh, there we go. Okay, I don't know what happened.
You've been on here. I'm recording.
Yeah, I know, but I also record locally as well.
Okay.
Yeah, it said I wasn't recording. Sorry, we had technical issues, but
No, they're gonna see all this.
Yeah, maybe we'll. Yeah, I don't care. Like I told you before, like we'll step it up a little bit, but right now we're just trying to figure it out.
Yeah,
You know,
right, exactly. You know, gotta
I mean, we
start
found this
somewhere,
share
whatever.
screen button. You should be proud of us. It's only
Yeah, we're
episode
playing videos
3.
now, right?
Right. So I mean, we're stepping it up slowly but surely. So.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's just a breath of fresh air, that Mamdani, man. Like, it just shows it's possible. And then I saw in the news today, Gavin Newsom balanced the budget of California, 4th largest economy in the world, and they can do it. I'm a little disillusioned with Gavin Newsom, but economically, you know, California.
Yeah, I know.
We need
he's got
to
his plus
do
and
something
minuses.
about housing. The housing is crazy. Like,
Yeah, y'all definitely need to do something. But so does Florida. I mean, I sit here and try to pick on y'all, like, because I've
here's
seen
the
a few
country.
guys.
Yeah,
It's
we're the worst
country.
example of it, but it's everywhere. Yeah, right. We're like the tent pole that you can point at, but
I mean,
it is
Florida's
everywhere.
needed housing for 10 years, and we haven't built enough. Audio went out.
That's everywhere.
Yeah,
You know.
I know. So I'm not, but I feel like with you guys, it is too many studies. I feel like here it's almost strategic.
Well, like I was saying, I think the last video or whatever, you know, San Jose is setting an example. Build and expedite building, speed, build
Right,
fast.
right.
You know, it's a start.
Do you have a lot of animals out there that are protected, like super protected?
It's funny. I live in Inland Empire area, and where I'm at, there are protected donkeys. There's wild donkeys. Did you not see any when you were out here? We didn't see any donkeys.
No,
running
I
around?
didn't see.
It's kind of
we
funny. It
didn't-
tripped me out one day. Yeah, I was just driving, and it was like dusk, you know, and trotting along the side on the sidewalk, like at the same pace as me, is a wild donkey, and I'm like, is that a donkey? And then I start seeing donkey signs, crossing signs everywhere, and it's like, yeah, they're protected and walking around. And it's funny. I was like driving in the neighborhood, and I saw a bunch of like horse shit all over someone's driveway, and I was like, someone rode their horse through here and just shit all over someone's driveway. That's not cool. But it's the
Right.
wild donkeys, you know. They just
Right.
roam in the neighborhood, you know.
Okay.
It's kind of crazy. Yeah, it's weird. It's kind of funny. They're cute.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I would. I don't know. I just think because you're more in the desert, right?
Yeah. I'm like
Yeah.
in between LA and Palm Springs. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't. I mean, I know there's animals, and it's not really like the Sahara or anything like that.
Yeah, no,
I don't
there's
know.
yeah. It's not like Florida. Yeah, Florida
Yeah.
wildlife's another level, you know.
yeah.
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 We don't
Yeah, and our-
we have nice
our-
quiet nights. I don't have frogs scream all night long, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, you just got to keep your pool blue, and you won't have to deal with that.
Right. Oh, they still go swimming.
I got rid of
Every now
all
and
the
then.
frogs around my pool from the.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. They just finally.
Oh, well,
they
you
finally
had
figured
that
out-
little rock thing that it was like a
I
nest
still
of
got the
them.
waterfall. It's just they figured out they couldn't spawn there because they can't.
It's not
'cause
like
they had-
right, it's
yeah,
chlorinated and stuff,
Yeah,
right?
because the old owner wasn't taking care of the pool properly, so they made a whole ecosystem out there. But I corrected it.
Yeah.
But
yeah. So the Democrats are balancing budgets. You know,
right,
if you're talking fiscal conservatives who are so worried about the debt and us paying $1 trillion a year just in interest on the debt, like, what are we doing?
right.
You know,
So tax the rich.
so let's
I
go
mean-
spend $1 billion a day in Iran while we're
Yeah.
at it,
Yeah, and then
and
jack up
just
our
tax
gas
us $1 billion for a golden ballroom.
You know,
But now
And-
it's going to be bigger because he saw China's ballroom, and he's
Oh,
jealous. Yeah, that's a thing now.
What?
He's jealous of their ballroom. It's going to be more than $1 billion now. Watch this bill. I will give me that $1 billion because I'm going to bet money that it's going to be more than $1 billion.
You're gonna bet the billion that he's gonna
Mhm.
that he's gonna
Yeah.
do more than $1 billion.
If I lose that bet,
Probably. You're probably right. Well,
it will be.
and they're showing like he just showed like, okay, tax the billionaires, and then we could pay down the debt. Like, I don't care if that's what you do first with it.
And
I
it
don't
doesn't
care
take
if you
long. Look how fast $12 billion was solved.
Right. I know we're talking about trillions
Take
for
that
art.
on the federal level.
Right.
800 billionaires that don't have $1 billion.
Right. Yeah, just cut the debt in half in 5 years or 10 years. Even if you say it's 10 years.
I don't even think it would take that long, dude. If we get a smart, like, he just showed how quick it could be done.
Tax them and tax the corporations properly, and then be able to
Shovel-ready jobs, shovel-ready project jobs for housing, get
Right.
people paid. Those paychecks are paying into the deficit now because they're paying taxes on it. There's so
I saw
many.
a video this week. Some lady was talking about the money for the ballroom or something like that, and she's like, that would pay for 2 of my bridges to be fixed.
Yeah, I saw that.
I think you might have sent it to me, or I might
In
have sent
Pittsburgh.
it to you.
Yeah, right.
And it's like, so then do
Mm-hmm.
like, don't spend the money on that. Like, why are we doing?
No,
the
also
recycling
I
pool?
saw it would be free lunch for kids over. It was like 250 million free lunches, so it would be free lunches for 1 million kids for a year, too. So let's
have
just
no
burn
problem
that.
with
Let's
that.
just burn that money anyway on a gold tacky ballroom that's gonna get torn down by the next person. It damn well better.
It better. That better be.
It's not going to happen. If he builds it, it's not. That's one thing that I don't think. I think that would stay.
How can you not put the East Wing back? How can you not put the
He's
East Wing
paying
back?
for it.
Well, we got to try. To
Yeah,
slow
make
him
it
down.
gold and then sell it off for scraps next. You know, like,
Yeah, sell the gold. How much is gold worth right now?
let his donors pay for it. Fuck this bill. Let his donors pay for it and then scrap it. Probably not
How
gonna.
much is gold per ounce right now? It's $4,570 per ounce. Is the average right now? It's probably not even gold. It's probably
It's gonna be gold plated or
scraping
whatever.
from-
All attack. Yeah, exactly. It ain't actual
from
gold.
Home Depot.
It's like the watch he gave. Who was it? Charlie Sheen is in an interview saying that he gave, or no, they're cufflinks or something, and Trump is like made a big show of giving him these cufflinks that were like fake diamond or fake gold and like looked real, and he was like, as soon like it was Trump said they were real, obviously, and was
Right.
like, oh, made a big deal about giving them to him, and then he just like had a bunch of jewelry appraised, and he was like, oh, I forgot about these. How much are these? And they're like, this is plastic crap. Like, this is literally junk. Like, but that just goes to show Trump.
That's just who he is.
Exactly. Fake. But anyways, so let's go back to another pathway of Democrats. I'm liking this Graham Plattner guy.
Yeah.
So definitely a different field than Mamdani,
Yes.
showing there's different paths forward, and what is for New York City ain't going to be for Maynards. Maine's a very specific type of people that are very proud and are a very different kind of person than New York City.
Oh yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
So, and loving this guy. So from New York City to Maine, there's answers. There's examples of what is the path forward for Democrats. So let's watch his ad, kind of get a feel for this guy.
Graham Plattner here, interrupting your regularly scheduled programming of Donald Trump incited chaos, overthrowing governments, and ICE agents trampling on our Constitution. But they want us to watch all of this so we don't start asking questions. Why are groceries so expensive? Why are we still spending billions of taxpayer dollars to fund other countries' wars? Why are electricity bills going up? Why are billionaires and corporations running D.C.? I'm Graham Plattner, and I approve this message because we deserve a government that takes down the oligarchy, not democracy.
Yeah. So,
Straight to the point. Dude knows what he's going to do. In fact, he wants to get in there, get rid of the filibuster, pass all the...
Yeah, he wants to take action. That's, too, a good point of why I like him. Right. He's willing to do what's necessary. The filibuster is there for a reason. And it's used ridiculous amounts, but there's no decorum in DC anymore. Filibuster only works when there's decorum, basically, right. And DC doesn't function the way it used to.
No.
And yeah, so I'm all for it. They don't
have any interest in it either. So.
And he even said he'll put it back in place after. He's like,
that's what I was going to get to.
Yeah,
he wants to go in, pass all the stuff, and then put it back,
and
the
then court,
then dare the Republicans to come take it.
Right. Come take what people are benefiting from. Come take it. Right. We need to show people that government can work for us. And if they show that and people actually feel it, that would be the hurdle MAGA ain't coming back from.
Right. I don't understand. I understand, you don't want to pay high taxes and you don't want this, that, and the other, but you still have to have a government. So what are you sending all that money? Even if it's, let's just say, just $1,000 a year, why are you sending $1,000 a year to the government? But for what?
Right. We don't see it.
Just
show us something. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just for
we owe it.
Just for defense. That's it. That's the only thing we're gonna get out of it. You know what I'm saying? Because
that's why they fearmonger so much. That's why the whole point, and people will argue and say, "Oh, I don't care about the gas prices because what if Iran has a nuclear bomb?" They weren't anywhere near capable of nuking us.
No. The rockets couldn't even reach us.
Yeah.
You're not more worried about Russia or China?
With Obama's deal, the uranium that they had was for nuclear power plants. It wasn't for weapons. And they allowed us to check on it too.
Right.
So now they're just free reign to do whatever. We are way more at risk of them nuking us now than we were a year ago.
Right.
Way more.
In January.
Not that they're capable, because and this is why we're spending $1 billion a day, is to make sure they don't have a nuke. Well, I don't give a shit because they can't anyway.
Right.
So y'all are just scared little bitches, is what you are. You're just scared to be scared, and you're letting Daddy Trump scare you. That's what it is.
I know. I don't get it. I didn't wake up every morning going...
It's wasting billions of dollars in fear rather than actually trying to be productive. Right. It's we're a country being run by doomsday preppers. Literally. For real, though. Yeah, it's the Alex Jones, Joe Rogan types that watch that shit, that are getting the ads for your survival kits while they're in their 2-bedroom apartment in the fucking suburbs, and they have their meal prep kit, survival kit, and you fucking idiots. But that's what it is. Because they live in fear, and the stupid fear the unknown because they don't know a lot.
Right.
And there's a lot to fear when you don't know shit. When you're that fucking stupid.
I mean, they're gonna lower our prescription drug prices by 600%. Okay.
600%, yeah. I better see that check in the mail. Fucking, I'll be buying a lot of medication. Hell yeah. You're paying me.
But you can't afford
fucking idiots.
You can't afford the prescriptions anyways because, there's no health care.
Now, but if they're paying me the 600% cut,
Right.
It's asinine.
I know so many people that are going to. The ER and just skipping out on the bill. So we're right back to where we're at, right before Obama.
And who pays the bill when that happens? Our taxes.
Right.
So we literally are paying the same amount basically for healthcare than we would if we had free healthcare.
We're paying more. It would actually save billions.
Because the insurance companies are double dipping.
They're doing something. I don't know. I haven't searcred that hard.
Well, they're double dipping because they're getting paid by the government and they're getting paid by us.
Right.
So they're double dipping.
There's no brakes on that, which is why we have all the oligarchs and everything. Data centers going in where people don't want it and stuff like that.
I wanted to bring that up. I saw that Oregon is holding data centers accountable. Like they're saying they're paying to change the infrastructure and paying for their own power. Well, no, the fuck shit. Like, why wouldn't they?
Right.
Because everyone else isn't. Kevin O'Leary is charging. Their rates are all going up with him,
and
because they're not regulating him. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, see, here's the thing, and he's also getting all the tax breaks. I don't understand why it's okay for them to be welfare queens and get all of our money that we have to work for. We tax the money that they're sitting on rather than taxing the money that people use to survive.
Right. Like, why wouldn't it be smarter to tax money that people won't even notice being taxed because they don't pay attention to it? Right. That's why Trump doesn't worry about Americans' finances, because he doesn't worry about his own. He just spends money. He doesn't think about it. So why would he think about ours? Because he doesn't. He has a team taking care of his money. He just wants to be able to go out to his... Right. So why wouldn't you tax those guys' money who aren't even going to notice it, but instead tax the people who are barely scraping by and tax them 30%? Well, here's the thing. I don't... Go on. I'm sorry. No. I was kind of on my point. I'm sorry. I was done with my point. No, you're good. I don't know why, if they're getting all that tax money, all our tax money, we don't have a piece of their pie. They get a piece of our pie. That's what I'm saying. That's our pie. So why shouldn't we get a piece of their corporation? Because if they don't if we don't simp for them, they're gonna leave. Let them leave. I know. They're not paying for anything already, anyways. But that's what everyone seems to think, that we need to bow down to them because they're so brilliant and made money, and we need to bow down to them so that they can sprinkle down from their mountaintop their little bits that we'll suck up. I'm so tired of it. Because these idiots will do it. The people who are around Trump, there's people he'll piss off and don't like him, but he's breaking off their crumbs for them. Right. And so if you're getting paid, that's the only reason you're doing it. It used to be called, and I'm not shaming by any stretch of the imagination when I use this word, but that's what we used to call whores. Yeah. Props to all sex workers, but yeah, right. I'm not shaming. When you but that's the thing. Yeah, it's sex work is sex work, but being a whore is when you sell your conscience for money. It's not about your body or whatever. It's when you sell yourself, your morals, your conscience, your any convictions that you might have, you throw out the window for money, then yeah, that's what I would consider a whore. I just don't know why we let them get away with it. You're using our money. We should have a piece of the pie. We should all have a piece of SpaceX. We should all. I know it hasn't gone public yet, but you know what I'm saying. We should all have a piece of Grok. We should all have a piece of, all these businesses. All of us that have allowed. Or the people in the business should. The stock buybacks and stuff. It needs to go back. Yeah, the people who are actually putting in the work should be benefiting from that. Not necessarily everybody, because I'm all for I'm not anti-capitalism,
No.
But I feel like there's a gray area. Humans are so fucking black and white about everything. And there's a reason that we started a country with checks and balances, because that's how things are actually like able to accomplish things, is through compromise.
Right.
Realizing there's a gray area and taking capitalism, taking socialism, and like being like, we need this, you know, for whatever, like free market, but monopolies are illegal and they should be.
Yeah.
And they haven't been for 100 fucking years, even though they quote unquote are.
Right.
You know, like there's
they've been
checks and
slowly-
balances. Like we have to pay taxes. Obviously, like in a pure capitalistic world, their taxes don't exist, right? This is like the perfect world for GOP, right?
Right.
So taxes don't exist, but we pay taxes. So let's see something from it. Now it's socialism. So let's take capitalism, get the benefits to help build the foundation. That's socialism. Like nothing is black and white, and nothing has been. Like in this country, we've always had a mix of both, and you know, we sway back and forth.
Well, they say that's, well, I mean, that really started after the New Deal, you know, with you know,
and the golden age of our economy.
Right, but that also came out of people dying literally in the streets because there was no social safety net, you know.
Right.
And
yeah, we have to learn the hard way.
But we already learned the lesson, and we're trying to run back to it again, as if it was something great.
That's what's so, I know. Like
I don't understand this. Like, we've already had this debate. We've already seen what this does to the country. We've already seen what this does to the world. You know,
and it's the type of people who are only able to feel successful when other people aren't. And that's America. That's the, like, I feel like the American dream has become that, you know, like you're only able to be successful by stepping on somebody in this country.
If I stepped on 14 people today to make $5, I'm happy. I don't get it. I just don't get it, because I like for my neighbors to eat, you know what I mean? So that means eventually you're going to step on one of them. And I'm not going to do that, you know? I don't know. I don't get it. I don't understand the mindset. I during the last election, somebody was telling me about how they pull the ladder up behind them when they're like, I got mine. I'm not helping you get yours. And it's like, why wouldn't you pass on?
That's very prevalent in this country. And that's, yeah, right. That's why we are, this generation is facing what we are, because that's boomers. That's the boomer mentality.
Yeah, but it's also that whole like 18.
It's not just that generation, and
18 to 24s or something.
It's an
like
example
that,
of why, like, the housing market is, you know, like that boomer mentality of like, I got my house. You need to pull yourself up by your bootstraps and buy your house, even though it's absurdly more for someone's salary compared to what it was back then, you know, like,
yeah, what is it, $66 today you'd have to make in order to have the same buying power as they did even in the 70s?
How many people make $66 an hour in this country?
I don't know. It may be slightly lower, maybe like 60 or 56 or something like that. But
no, you're right. I think that was the stat, right? But yeah,
somewhere in that
that's
range.
The show, like, yeah.
Let's not split hairs.
So you bought your house.
Let the comment do that.
Yeah, you bought your house when you were working at the gas station or whatever before your breakout career, whatever, you know, like that's how they were bought back then.
Right.
People didn't have to have crazy jobs to afford a home.
No, most people have to make about 100 and something $1,000 a year in order to afford a home, median home these days. You know, so yeah, we need them to do, like I said, get rid of. Like Virginia, like go in there and do what has to be done. Just ram it through, get it handled.
I know.
Don't just take the law, you know.
But that's kind of goes back to why I like what they were doing with the districts. I like that California took the districts. Take action. If they're using those loopholes, you do it too. If they specifically have used that loophole, you have free reign. Now, decorum is out the window. And if they don't like it, throw it in their fucking face. And make them make it illegal then. They're the ones in power. Make it illegal, bro.
Florida has the same thing as Virginia, and yet Skippy got his through. He just doesn't, he didn't care.
And it's against
DeSantis.
the state constitution, even.
Yeah, it's against our Constitution. We have the same thing as like Virginia. It's close enough for it to matter. I don't care about the semantics. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like, you can't redistrict because blah, 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 blah. It's in our Constitution, too. And yet DeSantis did it, so Virginia do it anyway.
It's not even semantics, man. It's just blatant. It'll be
Right.
blatantly against it, and they don't care.
Well, I'm saying I don't know the semantics between the two of our constitutions as to why
Oh,
ours.
right. No, I know, but I'm
Yeah,
saying,
yeah.
like, right.
Yeah,
like,
I don't. Yeah,
They're
I'm just.
they're using the loopholes for semantics for sure, and that's what they'll say. But then they'll do the other things just purely
Right.
because.
And how
Look at the
fast?
congressional approval to go to war.
How fast did they move in Tennessee to get that redistrict?
During a
They
tornado.
They moved that fast to get those 3 extra seats.
During a tornado.
They won't move that fast to fix anything in that state that needs it, you know? Let's see. Let's see real fast. Tennessee. Where's Tennessee rank? Where does Tennessee rank? And let's just say
what?
education came up.
Oh, yeah. 45th. That's my guess.
I don't know. I don't trust this. Crime and corrections 45th, economy 23rd, education 35th, 31st, healthcare 41st, infrastructure 23rd.
I'm not hearing any top 10s.
And states for education. Let's do that. Massachusetts, Vermont, Maryland, Connecticut, Colorado, New Jersey, Virginia, New Hampshire, Minnesota.
What's the
and Washington.
commonality in all of these states?
They're all top 10 at rated education.
No, I know. And what's the commonality in all of these states that you're naming?
I mean, Jersey
Jersey goes back and forth. It's pretty blue.
It
got
is
red
but
governors and stuff.
I know that their homeowners tax, their homeowners tax, their, you know,
Goes toward education.
yeah, their real estate taxes are, dude, like 10 grand higher than ours here, but their education, like they
Yeah.
were, like their kids are learning. It was a long time ago that I looked this up when my son was first born. So that was 27 years ago, but they were learning like 2 languages in like 5th grade, as opposed to like it was, you know, 7th, 8th, or even a high school thing here. You know,
Yeah,
so they were
and-
like 5 years ahead of ours curriculum.
I grew up in Texas, and we learned Spanish in elementary school. And, you know, it's sad because I felt like I really got a good education in public school in Texas. And come to find out, and that was for a very good reason. In the 90s, the governor was a blue governor, forgetting her name, but I was just reading about, like, finding out about this not too long ago. And I was like, oh, this makes a lot of sense. And when she left office, you know, you had George Bush or whatever come in and just lose all funding for education, and they just stopped focusing on it, and how much it's dwindled and just gone to shit, you know? And because I always like thought that Texas has
And
Texas
Richard?
Instruments calculators are made there, textbooks are printed there, like they have a big business in schooling, you know?
Right.
And I saw that in my schooling and like felt that it benefited it, but come to find out now that it's kind of going to shit, Texas schooling, sadly.
Yeah, it was Ann Richards.
Ann
91
Richards,
to
thank you.
95.
Yeah. And
And
that
George Bush
was when I was
90.
going to school there, and I definitely felt the difference. Like, I mean, I don't go to school there now, but stuff you're
Right.
hearing, and
Right.
like,
But you got family
know.
there, you know.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know. Yeah.
right.
So I just want them, one, no APAC. We got to stop with the APAC. Like 80 to 90% of all Democrats are not on board with it. I don't care. It does not matter until Israel changes its tune and stops doing the things it does.
I'm just worried that we're going to end up with a Biden-Bernie scenario. They're going to put up an APAC candidate versus the non-APAC candidate. We're going to split, and everyone's going to play it safe again and pick the establishment Kamala or whatever. You know, like a losing strategy. I voted for her.
I did.
I wished upon everything that she would be here right now instead of where we're at. But I think she's a losing strategy.
Yeah, because everybody knows she's taking APAC money.
And
that's why.
That is going to split African American votes with the non-APAC person. You know, like it's going to just throw a monkey wrench into everything. That's what I'm worried about. And then we're going to get stuck with another last election.
Is they just won't. They act like we're super left, and it's like we're not really. I mean, I don't consider myself super left. I've been told I am recently, but I don't believe it. Not by any stretch of the imagination. Because I
compared to the rest of the country,
left.
everything's so far right that it's like you speak common sense to power. You're a fucking leftist,
right? I grew up in Florida when it was a purple state, and I liked when it was purple because I understand like both sides have good ideas, and I'm willing to listen to both sides. But MAGA is just so insane. It's like I can't even get there, you know. So you're never gonna pull me in. I'm never gonna believe anything that you say because look at what you did in Tennessee. You know, it's definitely a race to hurt as many people as possible. Only worry about, you know, the top 5% of the population, and everybody else be damned.
Your constituents and the things that they voted for. Elections be damned. Your constituents be damned. Whatever. I don't like this result, so we're doing whatever the fuck we want. Right. That's America, right? Yeah.
Yeah, right now, and I don't like that either because I am.
No, it's not. It's not fucking America, dude. Like,
no, it's not what the Constitution says. It's not what any of that says, and I'm not down. But they've got to stop.
Them saying their America is the only true America is the most un-American fucking shit ever.
I'm sorry, but white nationalist Christian whatever is not American because there is no religion that is American.
They specifically stated it that way for a reason.
Because when they left...
And Article 11 of, was it the Third Amendment, even states specifically that this country will never be a Christian nation. Let me see the wording. Because it's crazy.
Why are you looking for it? I can't. They're gonna cause us to lose because I've been watching other people and they're all like, yeah, Tucker's gonna run. He's gonna run on anti-APAC, anti-Israel, and they're gonna capture more of us again. Or we just won't vote like last time, like the 36% that didn't vote, because it is Tucker and he's insane as well, and he also his replacement.
I agree, that is their plan, right? Yeah.
You know, so I don't know that's their plan, but they're going to look at him and be like, yeah, because he's going to be able to tie Vance, he's going to be able to tie Rubio to the war and everything else that's gone on, and neither one of them are going to be palatable by the time we get to that point. And it's going to make a difference. Like, they're just not listening to us, and they keep fighting with they were fighting with Plattner. You know, they fought Mondani. You're fighting all these people that have a way forward that everybody's excited about.
And they're just pushing against it so hard.
Why? Because they're not taking APAC money? Because they're not.
Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech or the press, or the right of the people peaceably to assemble and to petition the government for a regress of grievances. So it specifically says, shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion.
Yeah.
And like the shit that they're pushing through, like, go read Project 2025 and tell me that that aligns with that.
What is it? 55%, 60% of Project 2025 has already been pushed through. They've already pushed that through in 16 months, 18 months, 14 months, whatever it's been now. It feels like decades, the last since January 20th of 25.
And this is all the plan, the redistricting of it all of it. Him having a third term is part of it.
Yeah.
That's the goal.
I don't know how that's going to work.
No one's talking about it.
Dude's dying right before our eyes.
I wish he would already, dude. I'm like...
The Grim Reaper show up for him. I'm down with that one. I'm not saying political violence. I'm saying...
No, I don't want any violence. I want him to die an Elvis death on his toilet from his heart popping because he's such a fat fuck. Yeah, I guess diet doesn't mean shit. He's living proof of it.
I guess. I mean, that's what I said. I said Chuck Norris. I think I said this on another one, maybe.
Yeah.
Chuck Norris and him proved, like, you can spend your whole life being healthy as hell. Look at him. Yeah, lasted Chuck Norris. They have to stop. They have to stop. They have to listen to us.
Call it a genocide. Can we just call it what Israel has done, a genocide? I'd like to hear politicians say that. It's so easy. If you look up a textbook definition and the committee that decides what is a genocide calls it a genocide, you know, like the global committee of, you know,
I gotcha. Yeah.
Whatever. I don't know that. Yeah, I know. I'm so bad about the gist there, like exact phrasing of what it is. But
yeah. No, I'm following.
With not the information right in front of me, but like the people who put in the books of history to say what is a genocide calls it a genocide. But we can't have a single Democrat call it a genocide. So that just shows me that you support it. That's all it does. You saying it's complicated tells me you support it. It's really not complicated. And I will, like, you know what's not complicated is condemning the violence on October 7th as well.
Yeah, both are the same in my eyes.
Yeah. It doesn't give anyone the right to kill tens of thousands more people and children. It doesn't give you the right to kill one child.
No. No, that's the point they're missing.
Do it at the same time. It is a genocide, and I condemn the violence of October 7th as well. And I condemn the violence of Israel.
Right.
It's not a terrorist attack because it's done with a flag on it. The bomb dropped because it had a flag on it doesn't make it terrorism.
It does.
Just because Hamas is a terrorist group, anything they do can be labeled terrorism, but you can kill 10 times as many people.
At this point.
Yeah. You're trying to lock them. Say hi, wave.
Hi. I'm just going outside for a second. We'll do a little walk.
Well, we're about an hour anyways, you know, so.
Right.
We can just kind of wrap up, but.
I feel like I had more to say about all of it. We just keep on ending up at AIPAC, but the real gist of it is like, do what Mom Donnie's doing.
Well, that's a big problem for the corporate Democrats right now. AIPAC is the epitome of the problem with corporate Democrats. You know, take corporate Dems from any other corporation is a problem, but AIPAC is the problem. And they're taking our tax dollars, turning it around to support a genocide and manipulate our government.
I do what Mom Donnie did, do what Graham Plattner did in your own localized, however that is. Stop taking AIPAC money. Stand up and do something. Like, do something, Schumer. Do something, Jeffries.
Yeah, maybe you won't get voted out if you actually align with your party and what the people actually want.
I want them both primaried, you know? And they're like, everyone, and then again, they're
Yeah,
like, oh,
but I
that's
agree.
super
But if they
ultra
like
left,
if they actually were doing things that we agreed with and not going against us and what the people want, maybe they'd have a chance and we'd be okay with them being in office and not being primaried. But yeah, no, fuck off. If you're not going to change with the times, get with it, then get gone.
I just saw a video of McConnell this week, and oh my God. Have you seen him?
I have never seen him speak clearly in the last, I don't know, a couple years. Like, does he even have cognitive moments even anymore?
I don't know. Was that what we want? Like, we want...
No, I mean, I like that he's basically a vegetable walking.
Somebody's puppet now, you know?
I know.
And that's the thing.
Well, that's what Trump is too. He's too fucking stupid to be a master plan. That's why Project 2025 is the master plan, and they just shove executive orders in his face, and he's like, "What's this? Oh, okay." Signs it. Doesn't even know what it is and what he's signing. They give him a brief explanation.
It's not with an auto pen, though. Which he used himself.
Yeah, he does use it, right? I know it's auto-pen. There's nothing wrong with it. If you understand the legislation and you're signing something from another desk that's not the White House desk, whatever. Do you understand it and can explain it?
No.
As old as Biden was, he tried and he did. When he was signing an executive order, he would sit down and explain it.
Right.
And I'm no Biden, like, oh, Biden. I do not worship Biden. Period. I did not want to vote for Biden. I didn't vote for him in the primary. But I will say, at least he tried to work for the people.
Right. Well, and a lot of things that Trump's taking credit for now, like he passed under the CHIPS Act.
That's
or
what they always do, because you never see the effectiveness of legislation until years later. So that's always the back and forth.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm kind of done with that game too. They all play it, and I'm over it.
Yeah.
All right, Dims. I want the ballroom tore down. I want the reflective pool, the mirror, whatever.
Put back. All
right.
Put
back. If there's an arch, I want the arch gone.
I bet that's going to cause problems with birds. I bet there's going to be a lot of dead birds in that reflecting pool now. Because they're going to dive bombing it. Yeah, that's a big problem with the Boise State Field college team, that their field's blue instead of green. Right. And birds constantly dive in it thinking it's water. And that's so shallow, it being blue is going to look a lot deeper.
Right.
So if birds dive down into it, they're just going to...
Oh.
So I bet that's going to happen.
Oh. Okay. Let's get women's reproductive rights re-enshrined, and passed, and cram through. Just cram it through.
Cram through what everybody knows we all agree on.
Right.
It's easy.
And don't
if you took a poll, take a poll of even MAGA people and say, lie to them because they're idiots and they're so opinionated and biased, lie to them and make them think it's someone else's idea, and they will agree with it wholeheartedly.
Right.
And take those things that they wholeheartedly agree with and push it through.
Right.
Because everyone agrees with it. And let them take it.
But you got to be willing to do the things. You got to be willing to fight them. You got to fight them like they're fighting. And even worse, maybe. And it's okay this time. Stick to the economy.
If you're doing it
run
for the people, if you're doing it for what the people actually want, watch how people accept it.
Right.
That's what FDR did.
Yeah. Yeah, hammer on the economy. Get yourself elected. Hammer on the economy. Just hammer on the economy. You don't even have to mention anything else. Just hammer on the economy, gas prices, just like Skippy did. What was it? Whoever was advising Reagan pulled out his wallet, slammed it on the table. It's the economy, stupid. You know, it's always the economy. Yeah. You know, so what are you doing? Just hammer on the economy.
That's what people actually care about. And now, unlike, you're seeing it with what he said about not giving a shit about American finances. You're seeing a lot of the MAGA people coming out, watching him say that and going, wow, like, really? Even they're reacting in a way that's like, well, fuck you. So,
yeah. Well, we all knew he didn't care. We're just surprised that you're just now catching up.
And that's what pissed me off is I saw somebody watching and reacting to that and saying, and like kind of going on and be like, well, I voted for him, but it wasn't like this when I voted. Like, he was always like this. It pissed me off. He's
made $4 billion this year after that.
It's always been. You're so fucking stupid if you don't see it. If you still don't see it, there's no hope for you. You didn't see it in 2016. You're a fucking idiot. If you don't see it now, then I don't know what to tell you. You're brainwashed. You're beyond stupid. You're crazy.
Certifiably.
I stand by that.
And if Reagan didn't shut down all the mental institutions, we could put you in one. But right. Reagan did that too.
Instead, now they're just homeless on the corner, screaming.
Or in prison, because we just turned our prisons.
Well, that's how we deal with the homeless population. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
We just let cops deal with it.
NIMBY.
I feel bad for cops in that sense, because that's all, like, they're constantly dealing with homeless people out here, and it's like, can we just have like a social worker with them or something, and maybe can help them deal with them so that the cop can like go deal with criminals? Or like, you guys are so worried about crime. If we actually solved the problem that the cops are dealing with 90% of the time, maybe they could actually solve some crime.
I mean, the Nordic countries figured it out. They figured out how to, shut down half their prisons.
It reduces crime. Yeah.
Yeah, they figured out.
If you give people what they need, give them opportunity, crime dwindles.
You mean compassion and help?
In a job.
Stop.
Give them a decent paying job. Like, watch, like, I swear, man, I always go back to FDR's shovel-ready projects, built the freeway system. If we did that with the housing market, pay somebody $30 an hour to just hammer nails and watch our economy flip.
Something. I mean, all the above. Just not data centers. We don't want data centers built. None of us want data. AI is gonna crash. Nobody wants it.
Burn them down.
Yeah.
Fuck the warehouses. I mean, I support that warehouse worker too. I mean, it's fucked up. We're at this point, but y'all brought us to this point, And I'm not supporting arson or violence of any kind.
No.
But I'm not surprised at people's mentality. So I'm not surprised at him deciding to take action that he thought was necessary. And
right.
Once the data setters come, I'm really going to support that for those.
Oh no, the data center.
Oh. The poor data. Do the data have any children?
I mean, no, we don't support violence and arson and all that other stuff, but you're going to push people to those edges. That's all we're trying to say. And it's going to happen.
I'm for crippling the finances of billionaires. That's the aspect I'm for.
I was having this conversation earlier today. I don't think Warren Buffett's a bad guy, so I don't rope him in with that. That's the thing. Like, they all decided
not a bad guy, but
smoother.
I don't want you having to be forced to give back to society.
Right.
So while he might make better choices, he should just have to pay his fair share and not have an opinion.
Right.
You know, like he's a better
why does
one.
He have an opinion?
Yeah, he just kind of has a better, smart opinion on society, and so he comes across less of an asshole. But I don't want him to have an opinion. His opinion shouldn't matter more than mine or anybody's.
Right.
And he should pay his fair share like anybody, and then he can say whatever he wants. He could be an asshole. I don't care.
Right.
You know?
Because he always touted how his secretary paid more in taxes than I do. Well,
he's taking advantage of that loophole like anybody else.
Why weren't you paying her? Why weren't you paying his or her?
So I don't know how much of a saint this guy is. You know, like we go back to, you don't get to be a billionaire without stepping on a few toes. And
I think we should go back to how Greeks did it. The ancient, I say ancient Greeks, but that's just a period of time where when it came to taxes, they all gloated who paid the
more.
Highest.
That, right. Like let that be the litmus
flex.
test, not what's in your bank account, but how much you paid in taxes. Right.
Yeah, it was a flex. It was like, I paid 15 cows and you can only afford 14.
Yeah, that's what it should.
You're poor. You know?
That's where we need to go back to. Like, I benefited society so much more in this way than you, rather than I benefited myself and my family more than anybody else than you, you know?
Well, I mean, libraries are great and all that, but I don't want them just to build libraries. I don't want the robber baron like they did, you know. Yeah.
Well, that's why I like, let's vote on what we want our tax money to go to.
I'm not down with Carnegie Hall because you felt guilty at the end and wanted to give back $50, you know, after you raped everybody. And
well, and now the only reason they do that is because it's a tax incentive in and of itself. Charity, you know, you donate to charity for the tax incentive, not out of the goodness of your heart.
Right. Yeah, it's just a line item for them now.
But they still want their pat on the back. They'll let you know about their donations, and they want their fucking pat on the back for it.
I've given so many donations and nobody knows. It doesn't.
But that's the thing, right? Like but the people who are doing it for tax incentives,
right? You want to make the news,
yeah. Or it's like, you know, it's like the bin at the damn grocery store to put, you know, do you want to put your change in? Why? Right. Well, if I wanted to donate to this foundation, why wouldn't I just donate to the foundation? Why am I putting this donation to the foundation in your name, the grocery store? Right. Why is you're getting the tax benefit and the pat on the back for your donation to this charity, but you didn't donate it? That was my money I put in there.
Right. They're always like, you want to round up for this donation?
Yeah,
it's like,
never.
No,
don't do it.
I know that you made $14 billion in profit last year.
Why aren't you just donating that?
Right. And the guy, you know, across from me is making.
But you're going to nickel and dime me.
Yeah, he's making whatever our minimum wage is now in Florida. I know it's going up to $15 right now. We're on a tiered, stepped up system.
Right.
So I don't know what it is currently, but. Why aren't you paying it? Like, why don't you, you know, give like $2 billion of your profit?
That's my
for that.
Yeah.
And give the worker $30.
Nickel and dime. Take my 10 cents that I had left from the change that I could put into whatever, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know, but
yeah, I'll go research my own and donate to who I want. You know, type of deal. Not arbitrarily right here,
and the way this country works, man, I wouldn't be surprised if it was some corrupt foundation that was reaping the benefit because they knew the owner of the grocery store and they have some shady fucking deal, you know, like that's America now. Yeah, someone's getting rich off of this shit now.
Well, the CEO's making $500,000 a year, you know, but it's
usually most nonprofits.
Yeah, that's
out of the kindness of their heart.
You can look all that stuff up. At least you used to be able to. I don't know if you can anymore.
And you know what? it's a career. You should be compensated for your career, but it's also like there's a lot of shady stuff with that in foundations and all that.
Not that all of them are
not
bad.
to say there
Not
aren't
saying that.
not there are heads of foundations that deserve a salary, you know,
Right.
obviously, and are doing good.
St. Jude's is doing good. You know, places like that. I'm not knocking on them.
It's just
At all.
I know I'm just disillusioned and pessimistic and assume the worst of
Over all of it.
corporations and shit now
Because Dems won't.
because we're
fire
effing
all
over
the-
all of it,
Yeah. Yes, I know we mean
even our side.
go all over the frickin'. Yes, mostly ours. Because I don't care. Like the Republicans, yes, they're to blame, but you guys have also let them do it since the '60s. Get to this point. That's why we're here. Every time you've had it, you haven't helped to either A, make it stronger, or B, just allowed it so that you could get something else. You know, just like right now, our gas wouldn't be this high if we weren't exporting as much gas as we were. But you guys allowed the Republicans to be able to export all this gas in order to get renewables on the table and get things happening with renewables. And now they've beat.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying. The point, though, you know, it's like they take one step forward and two steps back in this country with anything. Like the Democrats, Obama is a good example of it too. It's like any progress that he got done, they're just don't fight to protect it. You know, like.
Right.
All of the good that he was able to push through and get done with, you know, we'll just say healthcare or whatever, you know, and they are just so quick to be powerless in fighting that being stripped away.
Right. Yeah, they just, yeah. Every time you get something, they strip it away. And we just allow it. We just roll over.
We just watch it and be like, well, how could they do that? How dare they? How dare they do that? They're shame on them. Anyways, let's go back
That's not
to
the rule.
Yeah, they're like, shame on them. Oh, okay, all right. So what are we gonna do today? You know, like just move on.
Right. Instead of just doing it.
And then when they get
All
into
right,
power,
man.
they don't just push it through again.
Right. So I want a Plattner. I want a
Yes.
frickin' Mamdani.
Action. Let's fucking go. Like somebody who's gonna go in there and buck again, not beg for Chuck Schumer's approval. That's why I like Graham Plattner too, because he was like, no, he hasn't called me until now. He's the nominee, and now he's calling me. But do y'all have this good relationship now? I ain't Cowtown. Like,
Right.
like
I'm going there. I'm
don't-
going down to D.C. to take care of
in
Mainers.
spite of Schumer. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. I'm going down there. I'm going to take care of my Mainers, and then I'm going to come back, and that'll be that.
I'm gonna do what I
If I
say
have
I'm
to.
gonna do. Yeah.
Right. And I don't care who you are. Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it,
Everything
man.
you're saying.
Yeah, and maybe we will stop being effing over the Democrats that day once we actually can see somebody we can root for and support, and it's getting shit done.
I think he
Make
should
the
just
Dems look good, dude. Plattner will make the Dems look good. All these
Yeah.
country boys will be looking at Plattner and being like, all right,
Right.
you know?
Yeah. I'm down with it. Him. Tallarico.
Yeah. All those Bible thumpers. Bring him on.
Andy, what is it? Andy Bouchard or Andy? What's his name in Kentucky? The mayor, the governor of Kentucky.
Yeah, I know the
guy.
name. I'm trying to picture him. I know it. Yeah. I'm not sure his, like, stances.
I mean, he both sides love him in that
Right.
state.
Yeah, just there. That is. Let's just hope for a new type of politician in general. That's
Yeah, Andy Bouchard. Yep.
the antithesis of Trump, as far as how he does things, but also not DC politics. Not a DC politician either. You know, someone who's going to go literally drain the swamp, do everything Trump acted like he was going to go do. You
I
know.
don't understand that drain the swamp. Like the second you get elected, you are the swamp.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like even if you are FDR and just doing what you need to do, push it all through, you literally became the swamp the second it was.
But don't even drain it. Just go there and call it out. Point it and be like, look at this bullshit, dude. Y'all don't see this bullshit when I got here. Like, just call it out. That'd be nice.
Get some health care.
They'll fight for that. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe we should write a list. I don't know. Yeah. Of
start there, though, dude. Just don't even make a list, because I like what Mamdani did. Just, like, pick something and do it.
Right.
There's a lot that we would be happy with. I'm not going to be bitching about healthcare if you give us free childcare for families. I don't even have kids.
Right.
And I'd be happy. I'd love that.
Right. Because a lot of your family does have kids, and you know how they struggle.
And I know how hard, like, think of a single mother having to work and take care of a kid. I can't wrap my head around it.
Yeah, I don't know how they do it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And my mom was in that position. So I have, like, I'm picturing myself as a little kid and how my mom struggled but gave us a good life. I don't see how the hell she did it then, let alone now.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
And she was able to buy a home and stuff. Like, making like $20 an hour, something like nothing crazy. Basically what I make now, but my money doesn't go nowhere, you know?
Right.
I ain't even close to being able to afford a home.
I'm sorry, man.
No, it's what it is.
Yeah, we gotta change it. We gotta change it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like, society, like, we know the problems, you know?
Start giving us some of those dividends from your
just a break, dude.
Breaks.
That's all people want, is a break.
They just want what the generations from the 50s on had, you know. Before that, I feel like it was a little still like you were just self-reliant upon yourself. But
it was possible. That's the thing, is it's not possible anymore. Like, it could be hard still, you know, like, it wasn't easy back then. Like, I could give people credit. Like, I'm sure you worked hard for your house that you worked full-time for, but now there's people working full-time who can't even get close that are working hard too, and you're discounting their hard work because they don't make as much of money compared to the economy that you had. And it's, you're a dickhead if you think that, you know, like, it's just selfish. Again, it's just they don't consider all the factors, you know. It's just simple-mindedness.
Pull yourself up. Go buy a house. Okay. How am I supposed to do that?
Simple-mindedness that doesn't take account variables.
You're in your 40s for first-time home buyers. That is insanity to me. First-time home buyers are supposed to be in their 20s.
And they can't build wealth. That's the thing too, is like, that's how you build wealth in this country. And I don't necessarily agree with that. That is kind of why we're in the position where we are, is that's the only way for people to build wealth from nothing. And so now you have the boomers holding on to their homes like, I ain't selling for anything lower than $1 million, even though I know I got an offer for $9, you know, whatever the hell, you know. Like, it's why they're so holding on tight to it. But
yeah, but the funny part is that's where most of their wealth is right now.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, and that's like that's the only way to build the wealth. So that's why they're holding on to it. And I don't agree with that. I believe, you know, we shouldn't be an asset economy, a stock shareholder economy. We should be a labor economy. If you put in the work, you should be able to see the fruits of that. Period.
And they don't want to pay laborers, man.
Yeah. Because they can't get rich off of it. And everybody wants to get rich. So that's why you have kids voting for Trump, because they're going to be Trump one day in their eyes. Because kids are stupid.
I met a lot of people who were going to be rich that still aren't rich.
Yeah, no,
A
yeah,
lot.
right. But that's the thing, is that's the mentality of, well, they should be able to because I'm going to one day, and they don't really think that of how that's going to happen or the reality of it in general. But they want that opportunity.
We all have the opportunity.
And we do still, yeah. And you can,
Yeah.
and if you pay more in taxes, you're still going to be rich, and you can still get rich, and
Yeah.
you just pay a
You'll
little
still
more
get-
taxes. There was still rich people when we had higher tax rates,
Yeah.
and they got richer.
I don't know. All right, man.
Yeah. Call it at 1:25.
Yeah, I'm getting a little tired.
Yeah, right on.
It's Friday.
Yeah, we're kind of running circles too. Yeah, we're done. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, we're
But-
done. Run out
All
the
right,
clock
man.
here.
Yeah.
Try to be a little more focused.
No, I think
All
we
right.
had a good. We got across our point about how we feel about Democrats. So, until next week, man.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll bring it back up because we keep.
Yeah, we
bringing
will.
back
We'll
circles
circle.
and
Yeah,
stuff.
and all of this is all intertwined. So it's
Yeah.
not like we kind of just come up with the topic to focus the conversation, even though we still go on tangents.
A little
Yeah.
bit of this.
Hey, but that's
I'm
how
okay with
conversations
that.
work. Yeah.
Yep. Till next time, man.
All right,
Be
man.
cool.
See you later.
Like, share, subscribe. Tell us you hate us. Tell us you like us.
Comment below.
Have a good night.